friend of mine recently is going through an experience of opening the first and second chakras, which can be very powerful, energetic openings, um, especially in the sense of safety and sexuality. So he asked me about my opinion of Tantra and how it's practiced nowadays, and I thought it'd be something good to share. So, um, basically, my understanding of Tantra and how that really works is it's all about the heart. Tantra is essentially a practice of cleansing your own heart and connecting with that inner space of yourself and with other people. Um, Now, there are many types of tantra. There's the white tantra, which is the non-sexual tantra, and then there's, I don't know if they call it the black tantra or the left hand of tantra. Is what I've heard. Is the sexual practice of tantra, and that's um, both paths are valid and powerful, but the left hand of tantra is very dangerous, and this is my caution. So a lot of people who are not fully developed and therefore unqualified to practice or teach tantra go ahead and do so anyway because there's no system to stop them. In the United States, we have the medical association to stop people from practicing medicine when they're unqualified. The tantric lineage doesn't have that in any formal sense. Um, they will teach people who are ready to be taught in their system, but anyone can claim I'm a tantric master, I'm a tantrika, and you see that shit everywhere. Um, so here's the concern and the things to look out for. The first thing, which is most obvious, is that the tantric power, the kundalini energy, is feminine in nature. So 99 out of 100 times, if the person claiming to be a tantric master is not a woman, they're probably not really a tantric master. Now, men can develop their feminine sense for sure, no question about that. Um, but the reality is that it is a feminine energy that's been cultivated and passed down through the matriarchal lineages. Um, so men can learn it, and I am learning myself with my partner, and I encourage men to go into that space. It's just um, the caution is towards women. If a guy tells you he's a tantric master or multi-orgasmic man or all that stuff, it's a lot of ego nonsense that they're using as part of the ploy to get something, and so that's the second. Now going into the second caution is that unconscious behaviors around social manipulation and codependency can be can become a part of a tantric relationship. So um, again, the tantric power is intense and it draws people who crave power. Same thing like politics, for example. Politics, to be a politician or a governor or a mayor or president or a congressperson, um, that doesn't necessitate greed, and yet these are very powerful positions, and we find that it magnetizes greedy people. So it doesn't have to be that way, but this is what we find in the practice of it. So you have to be careful that someone is not trying to trap you in any kind of um, emotionally abusive way, and my recommendation for that would just be um, tread lightly, cautiously, take your time, evaluate this person's, as much as you can, and also don't let them tell you what to do. You know, um, take advice, don't take instruction. It's different. Now, the third thing, which is less likely but more dangerous, is that someone is actually an adept at tantric power, and they will use their mastery to literally siphon energy from your field. This can be really, really dangerous. I know I've talked about some crazy stuff in other videos, but it could be energetic implants, or it could be other conscious beings from a non-physical realm that they're using to siphon energy from you. I think they're called like a succubus. Uh, so anyway, there's a lot of things to be mindful of so that you can practice these higher states of consciousness and developing your own energy in a very safe way that is for your highest good. And there are people out there. Don't get me wrong. There are I'm sure lots of people out there who are doing this practice for the right reason, and you can get a lot of benefit from it. It's just that you have to wade through a lot of crap because, like I said, this kind of power attracts people who are power hungry, not for the right reasons, and you need to be careful. So um, there's a really great book. It's called Tantric Quest by Daniel Odier. Um, it's written as more of a personal narrative and his experience. Is a French guy. He went to travel to the east to find a tantric master to teach him. It's a great book, and woven into the story is lots and lots of really amazing tantric wisdom. Um, I'm not sure if the book was written as a fiction. I don't really care because so much of what it's written about I know is actually true. So if it's written in a factual or fictional context, it doesn't really matter. The information is good. So if you want to have a reference for how tantric relationships are working traditionally, that's a really good reference. I will link it in the comments below. And yeah, so and feel free if something doesn't feel right, you reach out to me. I will give you my best opinion about that. Good luck.